You open your eyes in the dark. The clock reads 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or perhaps 4 a.m. A familiar sense of restlessness settles in. Not again, you think. But what if these nighttime awakenings aren't just random interruptions? What if they're your body's way of sounding an alarm? This isn't insomnia. This is a signal. For years, you might have dismissed these moments as stress, age, or bad luck. But ancient traditions and modern science agree. The exact time you wake up reveals hidden imbalances in your body and mind. Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., your liver is overwhelmed. 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., your lungs and unresolved grief are calling for attention. After 5 a.m., your gut or anxiety about the future is keeping you awake. What you do next, in those quiet, solitary minutes, can transform your health, mood, and even your destiny. In this video, I'll share a time-tested ritual used by healers and high achievers to turn nighttime wakefulness into a tool for renewal, and at the end, a simple science-backed practice that will help you fall back asleep faster and wake up refreshed. Don't skip ahead. The final tip has changed lives. 1 to 3 a.m. Your liver's silent cry for help, a deep dive into the body's nighttime SOS. If you find yourself staring at the ceiling between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., your body isn't just restless, it's sending you a biological distress signal. According to traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, this 2-hour window is when your liver, the body's primary detoxifying organ, kicks into high gear. But if you're frequently awake during this time, it's not just doing its job, it's struggling to keep up. Why your liver needs your attention. The liver is far more than a blood filter, it's your emotional and chemical processing center. In TCM, it's linked to anger and frustration, repressed or explosive, resentment, long-held grudges or regrets, toxins, from alcohol, medications, processed foods, or environmental pollutants. When you wake up in this window, your liver is essentially saying, "I'm overwhelmed. Help me clear this backlog, or I'll keep pulling you out of sleep." The science behind the struggle. Modern research supports this ancient wisdom. Circadian rhythms. The liver's detox enzymes peak around 2 a.m. If it's overburdened, stress hormones like cortisol spike instead, disrupting sleep. Emotional storage. Studies in psychosomatic medicine show that unresolved anger and stress impair liver function, creating a vicious cycle. Blue light sabotage. Checking your phone floods your brain with wake-up signals, halting melatonin production and further straining your liver. The fix. A 3-step rescue plan for your liver and your sleep. Step 1. Avoid your phone. No exceptions. Why? The blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it's dawn, shutting off melatonin, your sleep hormone. What to do? Instead, if you must move, keep lights dim red or amber. These don't disrupt sleep. Step 2. Practice liver breath. The 4-7-8 method. This breathing pattern activates the parasympathetic nervous system, telling your body it's safe to rest. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, oxygenating your blood to aid detox. Hold for 7 seconds. This pressure shift helps flush toxins from liver cells. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds, releasing stored tension. Repeat 3 times. Harvard research shows this lowers cortisol by 30% in as little as 60 seconds. Step 3. Whisper this mantra. Words have power, especially at night when your subconscious is most receptive. Say aloud, or in your mind, "I release what no longer serves me." Why it works. A 2019 Journal of Behavioral Medicine study found that verbalizing release reduces physiological stress markers linked to liver strain. Bonus. Long-term liver support. To prevent future wake-ups, eat liver-friendly foods before bed, steamed dandelion greens, beetroot, or a teaspoon of olive oil with lemon. Try acupressure. Press the spot between your big toe and second toe, liver 3-point, for 30 seconds to stimulate detox. Waking at 1 to 3 a.m. isn't a curse, it's a diagnostic tool. By listening to your liver and giving it these simple aids, you'll transform sleepless nights into restorative resets. Next, why 3 to 5 a.m. wake-ups tie to grief, and the 2-minute trick to dissolve it. 3 to 5 a.m., lungs and unfinished emotional business, the hidden connection between your breath and buried grief. If your eyes snap open between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you're entering what traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, calls the lung time, a sacred window where your respiratory system works in tandem with your deepest emotions. This isn't random insomnia, it's your body's way of whispering, "There's sorrow here that needs to be acknowledged." Why your lungs wake you up. The science of sorrow. In TCM, the lungs are far more than oxygen processors. They're the organs of grief, release, and existential reflection. Modern science is catching up. The lung-emotion link. Studies in psychosomatic medicine show that suppressed sadness alters breathing patterns, creating shallow, inefficient breaths that strain the lungs. The vagus nerve, connecting lungs to the brain, becomes hyperactive during emotional stress, triggering micro-awakenings. The 4 a.m. existential crisis. Neuroscientists call pre-dawn hours the mind's dark night, a time when the brain's fear center, amygdala, is most active, replaying regrets or loneliness. Cortisol begins rising at 3:30 a.m. to prep for dawn. If you're emotionally overloaded, this surge feels like an anxiety alarm. Lymphatic stagnation. Your lymphatic system, which removes waste from lung tissue, relies on movement. Lying still for hours lets toxins pool, triggering a physical heaviness that mirrors emotional weight. The fix. A 3-step protocol to release what's choking your peace. Step 1. Tap your chest, the 30-second lymphatic wake-up. Why? Gentle tapping stimulates the thymus, immune gland above the heart, boosting lymph flow to clear lung congestion. How? Use fingertips to drum lightly along the collarbone and upper chest for 30 seconds. Imagine shaking loose stagnant energy. Science. A 2021 study in lymphatic research found this increases toxin clearance by 40% compared to stillness. Step 2. The tear and release journal method. Grab any scrap of paper. Write one sentence encapsulating your heaviest thought. I'm terrified of being alone as I age. I regret never mending things with name. Tear it to shreds. This isn't symbolic. Research in Journal of Experimental Psychology shows physical destruction of written worries reduces their emotional power by 50%. Whisper, "I don't need to carry this tonight." Step 3. The monk's sigh. A 2,000-year-old breath hack. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your lower ribs. Exhale slowly through pursed lips, making a SSSS sound, like a deflating tire. Aim for 6 to 8 seconds per exhale. Repeat 4 times. This triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. Study in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience. Releases enkephalins, natural painkillers that soothe lung tension. Mimics the sighing breath pattern monks use to dissolve attachment. Bonus. Daytime practices to prevent 4 a.m. wake-ups. Sunrise walks. Exposure to early morning light resets cortisol rhythms, per Sleep Medicine Reviews. White peony tea. Used in TCM to cool lung heat. Steep 1 teaspoon before bed. Humming. The vibration stimulates the vagus nerve. Try humming for 2 minutes, pre-sleep. Key insight. Waking at 3 to 5 a.m. isn't a sleep disorder. It's a sacred invitation to release what's suffocating your soul. By treating your lungs as both a physical and emotional organ, you'll transform these hours into a portal for profound healing. Next, why post-5 a.m. wake-ups reveal gut anxiety and the forgotten food that calms it overnight. 5 a.m. and beyond. Gut anxiety or fear of the future. The hidden battle in your belly. If you consistently wake up after 5 a.m. and can't fall back asleep, your body isn't just preparing for the day, it's sounding an alarm about digestive distress or subconscious dread. This isn't mere early rising, it's a physiological and psychological red flag. Why your gut and brain are keeping you awake. The gut-brain connection. Your enteric nervous system, the second brain in your gut, produces 90% of your serotonin, the neurotransmitter that regulates mood and sleep. When digestion is sluggish or inflamed, it sends stress signals to the brain, triggering micro-awakenings around dawn. Studies in Nature Reviews. Gastroenterology link poor gut motility to increased nighttime cortisol, explaining why you wake up tense. Fear of the future. The pre-dawn hours, 5 to 6 a.m. are when the brain's default mode network, DMN, is most active, the same network responsible for rumination and what-if thinking. A 2022 study in Sleep Journal found that people who wake during this window report 3 times more catastrophic thoughts about the coming day than those who sleep through it. Blood sugar swings. If you ate a heavy or sugary dinner, your blood sugar may crash by early morning, prompting a stress hormone surge that jolts you awake. The fix: a 3-step protocol to calm your gut and quiet your mind. Step 1. Sip warm lemon water. The instant gut reset. Why it works. Warm water stimulates peristalsis, gut contractions, moving stagnant food and bile. Lemon's citric acid triggers liver detox enzymes, while its electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, calm nervous system firing. How to do it right. Squeeze 1/4 fresh lemon into a cup of warm, not hot water. Sip slowly over 5 minutes while sitting upright, no lying back down. Pro tip: add a pinch of Himalayan salt to balance electrolytes if anxiety is severe. Step 2. The fear interrogation technique. Ask out loud, what am I afraid of today? Voice the first thing that comes up. No censorship. Examples: I'm scared my doctor's appointment will bring bad news. I'm worried I'll fail at my presentation. Respond immediately. I have the strength to handle it. Neuroscience shows that verbalizing fears plus a power statement reduces amygdala activation by 40%. Journal of Neuroscience, 2021. Step 3. The 5-5-5 grounding method. If mental chatter persists, name 5 things you see in the room, e.g., clock, pillow, photo. Identify 5 sounds you hear, e.g., birds, fridge hum, your breath. Notice 5 physical sensations, e.g., sheets on skin, tongue against teeth. This forces the brain out of worry loops and into the present. Clinical Psychological Science 2020. Bonus: daytime habits to prevent 5 a.m. wake-ups, dinner tweaks. Avoid raw salads at night, hard to digest. Opt for steamed veggies, plus quinoa, high in gut-soothing magnesium. Post-dinner walk. 10 minutes of gentle movement cuts nighttime cortisol by 27%. Journal of Endocrinology. Chamomile plus ginger tea. Sip at 8 p.m. to reduce next morning gut inflammation. Phytotherapy research. Key insight: waking after 5 a.m. is your body's way of saying, your gut needs attention, and your mind needs reassurance. By addressing both physical and emotional roots, you'll reclaim those precious early hours, not as a time of worry, but as a moment of quiet strength. Here's the 5-minute practice that rewires your brain for deeper sleep. Keep the lights off. Place a hand over your heart. Whisper, "Thank you for today. I am safe." Do this for 3 consecutive nights. Your body will start to respond. Comment below, "I choose peaceful sleep," to lock in your intention. Like and subscribe if you want more science-backed wellness tools. Your sleep is your power.